Yeah, so as I was saying, there will be timestamps below so we can get started. And once again, give us a thumbs up, show us some support. And if you're watching this live on Facebook, because we are recording this live on Facebook and then reposting it to YouTube, please do us a favor, share this on your timeline, let us know what's going on, share it, pass it along so others can see what we're doing and can take advantage of some of this information. Now, couple of things first. So I'm going to actually cover here. Let me just go ahead and share my screen. We do have a new service and pricing guide out. All right, and we are currently taking new clients. We weren't for a little while. We were a little bit busy, but a couple of spaces opened up. So feel free, check it out so you can see what we do, how we help, and how we can help your business grow. We're going to talk a little bit about this now. We are also currently in our School of Business Development. We are starting up a new Business Development 101 4-week group program. At the time of this recording, the price is $849, but we are offering it. If you actually come here and click the register button, it's not actually $849. It is $709 until Monday the 13th. All right, so if you're watching this after Monday, September 13th, then you are going to have to pay $849 for the class. But between now and Monday the 13th, you will be able to get it for $709. All right, so the link for that is in the description box below. And again, just if you're curious to know what we're doing and what's going on, we have a new sales book out. All right, so the next thing we're going to do, what we're actually talking about today is we're going to talk about this story that somebody sent me. All right, hold on, let me get this up and going. All right, it's about Bayada Home Care. All right, so the short of this is Bayada, which is a company based out of New Jersey. They were accused of some stuff, and their allegations, whether it's true or not true, that's between the courts. There, whether something is actually considered from allegation to fact, that is, it's illegal. These are legal terms, and I'm just not going to get into all of that. So that's something that will here we go. All right, that's something that I'm just not going to put myself in a situation and get sued. They're allegations, that's all. But they did agree to settle, as you can see on the article. That's actually the title of the Facebook Live of this video, of the video that's going to be on YouTube. Might change a little bit, but for now, this is where we're at. All right, so allegedly, Bayada was doing something called kickbacks. So for those of you that don't know what a kickback is, here it is. Hold on. Well, let me make this easier to see for everybody. A kickback is a payment made to someone who has facilitated a transaction or appointment, especially illicitly. So what does that actually mean? It means that according to this article, all right, that Bayada settled with the Department of Justice, all right, because they agreed to buy 2 home health agencies from a retirement home operator, kind of like as a payment for, like, thank you for giving us referrals type of a deal. Now, here's the thing with all of this, okay? It happens. I've been doing this for a very long time. I am you know, I've got a lot of years in this industry. I've seen a lot. There's a whole lot of stuff that, just it happens. Some of it's unethical, some of it's just flat out illegal. And the reality is that, you will have people, okay, who want to find the easy button. Okay. Let me tell you guys something. Easy button does not exist. So let's break down this article. Okay. So I agree actually with a lot with the Department of Justice on this, in the sense that, what they're saying here, okay, is that parties who pay or receive kickbacks in order to induce referrals undermine the integrity of the healthcare system. Now, this is a direct quote from Brian Boynton of the Civil Division. All right, he's the acting assistant attorney general. You can see it right here. All right. And I agree with this because when you're doing something like offering a kickback, a bribe, a payment, something along those lines, in order to further your business, you're damaging your own reputation in the long run. Believe me, this is only sustainable for a while. You might make a few bucks moving on, but it's just not going to be something that you're going to find everywhere, longevity in. So if you make a few bucks now, what's going to happen? Look, here's how it goes. And I'm going to tell you because I've been involved in this, coming in to fix it. I've seen it happen. When I used to work for other people, I've had agency owners ask me to do this for them. Oh yeah, just go and drop this off over here. Yeah, look, just talk to so and so. Oh, it's just a little thank you for the referrals. Look, there's a difference between thanking someone for a referral and breaking the law. Okay? Please remember that. And as you go along in your business, this is one of the things we talk about, we teach in our business development class. You have to have value-based business development and marketing. All of your messaging, all of all of your messaging has to follow along. All of your, your copy when you're talking about, writing ads, the way you interact with the facilities, you have to be ethical in your practice. That's what's going to build longevity. Yes, I will tell you, it might be a little bit slower to build a business in an ethical and professional manner. Okay, but believe me, it's much more worth it. You may not get every client out of a place, but at least you'll be able to sleep better at night. The reason I agree with that this undermines the integrity of the healthcare system, it's that people will begin to lose faith. And these are small communities. Word gets around. You might end up with, let me go over the difference here, okay? If I own an agency and I am bribing that social worker, that administrator, that nurse to send me referrals, okay? And I get them, yes, I will start to build my business. Eventually, word gets around, okay? And these are the dangers associated with this whole kickback and bribery scheme. Word gets around. Other people start to find out what you're doing and how you're doing it. So let's break this down. I go to XYZ facility and I say, hey, Sally, social worker, I need clients. She's like, yeah, our census is low. We already work with someone, whatever the case may be. And I work up the courage, I figure it out. And I say to her, hey, listen, great, I understand all of that. But what if I give you $100 for every client you send me? Just cash. It'll be between you and me. Now, of course, I'm not going to approach her that way, that bluntly. It's probably going to be something along the lines of, I'll go through the first time, I'll talk to her, maybe I'll buy her, I'll take it beyond the lunch and learn where it's for everybody. And I'll say, hey, listen, let me do something nice for you. Here's a little gift from us. I give her a gift card for $100, maybe $500, maybe $1,000, whatever it is. And I move along and and I come back again, and she's at first, no, 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 I can't take this. Thank you for the offer though. Okay, great. Eventually she takes it. You move along. She starts to get to enjoy the money. It becomes good. Now all of a sudden somebody catches wind of what you're doing, or they start to suspect that Sally's taking a bribe, and they do the same thing. So now instead of you paying $100 per referral, ABC Homecare is coming in. Well, not ABC. I don't mean to make any reference to any particular home care agency, QXT, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's some other random home care agency comes in and says, hey, Sally social worker, I'll give you $150 per referral. Now, she's not going to tell you, obviously. So what's going to happen is she's going to come in and your referrals are going to start drying up. Instead of getting 15 to 20 referrals out of this facility every month, you're getting 2 to 3 because she still wants to make her money, but she's making more money the other way. So you come back and you talk to her and you say, hey, Sally, listen, what the hell's going on? Hey, look, you know what? I decided $100 is not enough. I need 200. Okay, great. So you start paying her 200. You figure, I'm making a couple of $1,000 off each client. An extra $100 isn't going to hurt. It's still cheaper than paying a marketer. It's cheaper than the lunch and learns. It's this, it's the other, blah, blah, blah. You make up 1,000 justifications. So then the other agency is going to come in and do the same thing. And you're going to get into like a little bidding war. Because you know what? The fact of the matter is people get greedy. And eventually it's going to start costing you so much money to get a client out of this place that you're just not, it's not going to become profitable for you. Or word's going to get around that you pay for clients, and everywhere you go, they're going to expect a handout. So now you've essentially created an army of referral partners that are your business partner because you're not making any money. And you know what, though? And here's the beauty of it. While you're doing that, I'm going to come in with my systematic approach that's based on teaching, which is what we teach, a systematic approach based on value and education. I'm going to educate Sally, the social worker. I'm going to explain to her how I make her job easier. I'm going to come in, and I'm not going to get every client because I'm not bribing her. But you know what? I'm going to get the better clients, the ones that are going to last longer, and I'm going to get them for absolutely free. Maybe I'll come in, I'll drop off a pen, I'll do a lunch and learn once in a while, but I'm not breaking the bank, because that's how you build longevity. Know, like, and trust. Okay, that'll get you a lot further than the bribery, than the kickbacks, than anything else will in the long run. Because at the end of the day, for that social worker, that nurse, that administrator, whoever it is, to hide the fact that they're taking kickbacks, they're going to have to work with a trusted agency. And if you're a trusted agency, when all of that blows up, you're still going to be getting clients because you've done things right. Now, when something like this happens, what's really the consequence? Well, Bayada, again, and again, these are allegations. Okay, it says it's right here. The company claims they did not do anything wrong. All right, they entered into a settlement just to avoid the expense of having to fight this in court. I am not saying they actually bribed anybody or they did not. Okay, all I am saying is I'm talking about the article and what it's alluding to. Okay, so it is saying clearly that they paid the 17 million without admitting guilt. So I'm just going to, for the sake of this demonstration, I'm just talking about the potential damage that can happen if this were real. Big if, okay? So if this were something that really were to happen, now Bayada's reputation has been tarnished, whether true or not, because they've settled this out of court. It's not an admission of guilt, but for the optics of it just aren't good. Okay. And I'm sure they'll bounce back. Bayada's a reputable company. They've been around for a long time. I'm sure this is not going to do much to hurt them in the long run. But if, let's say you're a smaller agency, you didn't have the backing of, the brand name Bayada behind you or whatever else, I'm sure this is still going to make other facilities and other referral partners locally a little more wary about referring to them, just because they don't want to be tied to it. And again, one thing about this industry, just super forgiving, and eventually all of this will blow over if it hasn't already. All right. So some changes will be made internally, I'm sure. But as this moves on, their reputation is going to be a little dented, tarnished for a little while. And here comes an opportunity for an agency that's been building all of this up, doing things the right way, showing value, being consistent and persistent, and having a fixed system of coming in and having fixed marketing system, coming in and working with everybody and getting to know and having proper penetration into the facility. This is their chance to fill the void. It could turn into something bigger, but it really comes down to a couple of things. Remember, number one, there is no easy button when it comes to marketing your home care agency. All right, it's going to happen. Sometimes it happens faster than others. Okay, and other times not so much. Okay, some other times it's really just going to take quite a bit for you to get yourself moving in the right direction. Okay, another thing to keep in mind to learn from this lesson, is that it's expensive. I mean, look, Bayada's a big company. They've been around for a while, but I'm sure that someone is very upset over having to fork over $17 million. Whether it's done in one lump payment or if it's done in smaller payments, look, it is what it is. This is it's not fun. It's not pleasant. It's, one of these things where people are somebody probably lost their job along the way. And actually, if you look into the article at the bottom here, this teaches us another big lesson. Be careful how you treat your employees. All right. This was brought by an employee. He was former director of strategic growth. All right. Like, this is what it is. Guy got paid off $3 million as a result of Bayada having to pay 17. Now, let's look at this. How angry must that employee have been to set the ball rolling on this? What did they have to do? Because he wasn't there for 5 minutes. We're talking about, he was there for 7 years. That's a significant amount of time. And if we really look at this, allegedly, this started somewhere around January of 2014. The guy was there. So he was there for a couple of years of this before he blew the whistle on it. So be careful how you treat your employees. That's number two. Okay. And number three, look, 17 million, that's a big price tag. We talked about this not too long ago. A few months ago, I did another story about another company in Pittsburgh area. The reality on that is they were misclassifying employees. Here we have this. Look, run your business right. If you run your business ethically, if you run your business strategically, and you run your business with your end goal in mind, do you want to eventually sell? Do you want to eventually go on? What do you want to do with your company? Do that from the beginning. Follow the steps. Don't cheat. Don't try to take shortcuts, and your business will grow and prosper. So thanks again for watching. Again, if you're watching this live on Facebook, share this to your timeline, let other people, benefit from the information here. If you're watching this on YouTube, there's going to be timestamps for when the video began and when it ends. Look, I'm just really rattling on about this Bayada agreement, this settlement. Uh, it's just something that's so near and dear to my heart because I hear this so much. I've heard it so many times throughout my career. Oh, it's different here. People bribe, people are paying off. Look, if you're doing your part right, if you're following the proper system, if you're doing the legwork the way you're supposed to, believe me, that there isn't enough bribery in the world to close an agency out of a market. Look, just understand that there's plenty of business for everybody, and there's no agency out there that can handle a few thousand clients, which is where you're going to find in your average place. All right. So keep your nose clean. Don't worry about what the next guy's doing. Do your part right. And if you want to learn more about, a systematic value-based approach to marketing your home care agency, your senior care business, that's based on, again, providing value, uh, you know, creating a schedule, accountability, everything else that's designed for longevity. This is not fly by night. This involves actual work. And if I'm sorry, but I hate to break it to you this way, but if you're lazy, don't reach out to me about this. But if you're not afraid of putting in the work and you legitimately want to see your business grow, by all means, there's a link down below, or in the description somewhere, that leads you to my business development 101 course, where we go over, the different phases of business development and how to grow your business. If you guys want to see it, let me just put it up for you here real quick. All right, there we go. Here we go. All right, we go over planning, creating your message, prospecting, and approaching facilities. All right. Until next time, thanks for joining us again. And we will catch up to you guys again soon, because we plan on doing these videos more regularly again. Everybody have a great weekend, and we'll talk soon.